What's up, everybody? AG Sports. Guys, I don't ever do this, or I should say I rarely do this. Okay, I do it like Alright, I'm addicted. I do it every week. No, I'm just playing. I'm going to give you guys a super, I guess for me, super exotic pick. I'm sure some of you damn degenerates are doing like 10-team parlays with like 6 different sports. You're up at like 3 in the morning betting on like Nigerian soccer. I get it. I used to be there. Admit you have a problem. Gambling's not your problem. It's that you need to hit more. That's your problem. Keep doing what you're doing. Just be better at it. But anyways, so what I want to give you guys today, I'm going to recap the picks I have. Then we're also going to give you the exotic play. I'm giving this to you today because this is one of the rare times where I think you can put up a very little amount. And if you don't win, if it doesn't hit, you're not going to cry over it. You're not going to lose sleep over it. But if it does hit, it's going to basically pay for the week, or at least pay for, kind of offset some of your week. So let's get into it. And I tell you, before we even get into the pick, I was asked in a previous comment, and thank you for asking, by the way, because I had not realized that I really hadn't gone over this, and I'm sorry because I'm just kind of presupposing that a lot of people know exactly what the hell I'm talking about, and it's not always the case, obviously. So when I say units, right, if I say I'm betting a half a unit on this or a whole unit or whatever, very rarely will I ever say, hey, do 2 units on something. I've been burned too many times doing that. So I basically don't ever do that. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not here to tell you what the hell to do with your money. You hate your money. You get rid of it however you feel you need to. For me, I do 1 unit unless it's something that is very, very confident in multiple ways. But that being said, my unit size when I am betting online, if I have some sort of online sports book, my personal unit size is $200. So when I say the channel is up 10 units, which we're 32 and 20 with 2 pushes on the year. The channel AG Sports is up 10 units. If we were using my unit size, that means that the channel is up $2,000. Don't get too hung up on the unit size. I'm sure there's somebody out there, maybe even listening right now, that is betting like $1,000 every game, $5,000, $10,000. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've known people that bet it. That's perfectly fine. The way that you calculate your unit size is not, how much money am I gonna lose this week, or how much money do I need to win this week. It is more on kind of your risk tolerance and what is fun for you. Remember, I get it. Obviously, yes, this is somewhat of like a business-like mentality, but you still need to have some fun with it. If you're doing this and you're just not enjoying any of it, it's just not the right thing for you, and that's fine. But you still need to have some sort of fun with this here, and it's never fun to be crazy tilting on a game or sitting there damn, if this game doesn't win, I can't pay my mortgage. Don't do that shit, first of all. But secondly, you really want to calculate your unit size on how much is enough to make it feel fun. Because if you have $100,000 in the bank, a $2 bet is not going to do anything for you. If you win, you're not going to notice, and if you lose, you're not going to care. So it's not doing anything for you. But if you're somebody who is maybe, hey, I just started betting, I'm just kind of trying to get my foot in the door, or maybe I'm just trying to learn what the hell I'm doing here, by all means, you do a $1 bet, do a $2 bet, whatever you got to do. Especially if you are just learning, don't give the casino too much money. You're not paying them for school here. It's not a damn college. Just do what you got to do to learn the ropes. And, if that's fun for you, if that's cool to be like, hey, you know what? I made $10 this week. Cool, dude. No one's going to say shit. Go buy a pizza. I would buy 2 hot and readies with that shit right now. But if you have been around for a little while, maybe your 9 to 5 your career, whatever, is paying a little bit better, and it's just not fun for you to make that kind of a bet, and you're going to increase it to $50 or $25 or $100 or $200 or $1,000 or whatever, that's totally fine. So if you're watching other channels on YouTube, one of the guys that I watch a lot and watched really a lot 2 years ago when I was putting together a lot of these algorithms and things like that, just kind of fine-tuning them, was JJ, and he's actually now with like Run Pure Sports. But I know his unit size is $1,000, and so at the time I was like, oh shit, like that's a lot to be wagering on anything. But again, it's gonna be from person to person. Shop with your wallet, don't shop with mine. Secondly, though, it's also gonna depend on where you live. Some states, like if you were living in New Jersey, $1,000 in New Jersey, that's nothing. That's like a dinner for two. It's nothing. If you are in, I don't know, like Wisconsin, $100 is probably gonna go a lot further than it would in like LA. So keep that in mind as well. But anyways, enough of that. Just long story short, my unit size is 200. Yours can be whatever the hell it needs to be. We're not putting it on the table. No one's gonna marry you because you have a bigger unit size than I do. So yeah, it is what it is. But as for the play, I'm gonna use my number, which is the $200, to kind of illustrate this. But you can adjust it to whatever your unit size is. So for not a tenth of a unit, but how do you even say that? Like 5 decimals, so 1/25th of a unit. The way that you would play, or 1/20th of a unit, sorry. What I'm gonna do here is I have the Dolphins, the Eagles, the Colts, and the Seahawks. These are all dogs. So Dolphins are home dogs to the Falcons. The Eagles are dogs to the Raiders. The Colts are dogs to the 49ers, and the Seahawks are another home dog playing the Saints on Monday night. Okay, so we take 4 dogs here, and we're going to put $2, which, again, that's, well, I'll tell you what. So at the end of this, it is going to be 1/20th of a unit, which is going to come out to $10 for me. Again, whatever your unit size is, just take the calculator out, multiply it by times, 0.1, really. Or 0.05, sorry. Keep messing that up. Anyways, so this altogether is going to come out to $10, but it would win almost $201. And what the hell did I just do here? So I'm betting $2 that all 4 of these teams are going to win. Okay? So if all 4 of these teams win, then I would win this, which is about $80, and this, which is about $120. So, again, that's where you get the 200 from. If only 3 of these teams win, that means that this round robin does hit. What happens? How much are we making on that? So, I'm going to take off the highest odds, which is the Seahawks. So, the minimum that you would make if the 3 teams come in is about $27. So, even if just 3 of the teams hit, you almost triple your money. So again, if 3 teams hit, great. You're going to make at least something, and you're going to make some money out of this. But what we're really going for is for all 4 of these dogs to hit. And again, if they do, pretty decent payday. In my case, or your case, if you adjust it, you're looking at a full unit that you would be making for a very, very minimal risk. So like I said, if it doesn't hit, great. I mean, honestly, it's not really supposed to. As of right now, we are picking sides at a 60% rate, which is 0.6. Oops, 0.6. So to say that 6 to 4 teams are going to hit, it's going to be a probability of about 13%. So about 13% of the time is how much we're going to hit on all 4 of these teams. As far as the round robin, to have 3 teams hit, oops. Damn it, if I knew how to work a calculator, it'd probably help. It's about 21, almost 22% of the time. So, again, this is not supposed to win. So that's really what I want you to take away from this. And if it doesn't win, it's not going to be a huge hindrance. It's not going to ruin my week or anything like that. But if it does, great. We just made a unit. And in a situation where these last 2 weeks we've been making a half a unit, or 1 unit, it's perfect, because this 1 unit, if it were to hit, is going to really be a big boost for the rest of the week, and hopefully it's just a better week in general. Also, though, why am I doing this? Why am I picking 4 dogs? I had discussed earlier in the week, this week is prime for regression to the casino. If you have been paying attention to betting really this whole season, but the last 2 weeks here, we have had probably the squarest 2 weeks that I can remember in ever. I mean, I'm talking like back to 2014. I have never seen so many square plays hit, and it's 2 weeks in a row now. Last week, at the end of the week, or after the games are over, there were even casinos and books and things like that coming out saying like, man, like we got hosed, we got taken. I've heard some people even got like limited this week, all sorts of shit. And it seems like, man, like these guys, like, what's going on here? Well, one, they're advertising it because they want people who have never bet before to be like, oh man, this is easy. I can go in there and win. I know who's gonna win. And they're seeing these like boohoo stories about like, oh man, the books can't possibly win. That's bullshit. They're trying to get new people in. Don't listen to it. Also, as far as like unit sizes and things like that, unless you are betting a shit ton and you're winning like 70% of the time, you're probably not getting limited, or you probably have not gotten limited yet. So I don't worry too much about all that. What it does mean, though, is that they are setting traps. They are already maneuvering lines, adjusting lines, inflating them, deflating them, changing their algorithms, updating their numbers. Never forget, it is their job to take your money. It is their job to take your money and have you smile while they fucking do it. Don't ever forget that. This is not their money, this is your money. And once you win it, this is not house money that you're playing with. That's your damn money. And once it's in your account, that's your money. There's no way in hell you get a paycheck from work and you're like, oh, well, this is just my work money. Like, no, that's your damn money. Don't forget that. You have to play with that mentality of this is mine, they're trying to take it. Don't do a bunch of stupid shit. That, like I said, little spiel is out there because they are going to be setting the traps for your general public, Joe Blow guy, your new bettor who comes in and says, oh man, the Dolphins suck. They just got their ass kicked last week. The Jaguars beat them. I'm definitely betting the Falcons. That's what they want. The books know that the general public likes betting on two things. They like betting on favorites, and they like betting on overs. Your general public guy likes to bet the favorites because he feels safe when he bets the favorite team. And he likes to bet overs because people like to see high-scoring games. And because at first look, if you have not been betting for a while, some of these numbers seem really low. Like if you see a 42 or a 42.5, you're thinking, man, that's nothing. Almost every game in the NFL now is like a 28 to 24, 31-28. How can I possibly lose? Wrong, first of all. On that note, we actually did win our first play of the week last night, which was the Browns-Broncos under 42. So, again, if you're not following me on Twitter, I just ask that you do so. Appreciate it. It would help me. But secondly, we'll talk about the picks. Maybe there is some picks that are on there that don't come into YouTube. Just saying. But it's always great to start the week off with a win. And it was the under 42, which at the time seemed like, wow, that's a really low total. And this was bet back on Monday when we weren't even sure if Baker was going to be playing or not. So, again, just a really nice hit. Good way to start the week off. But go into every game this week thinking that every game is basically set up as a trap. If you do not want to be betting too many favorites. And if you are betting the favorites, you want to make sure you're getting the best of the line. For example, the two favorites that I have this week are the Rams and the Patriots. The Rams, we bet them at minus 14 a few days ago. It is up to minus almost 17, and I can almost guarantee you by the time we get to kickoff, it will be at minus 17. Might even be at minus 17.5, because your general public is going to come in and bang the Rams. They're just going to put all their money down on the Rams. And I think at some point, getting on the Lions side might even be kind of a value. I'm not doing it. I'm not hedging off of that one, but again, just make sure you're getting the best of the line. The Patriots, like I said, we took them at minus 7. I really like it. I still really like it. And we also got the under 42.5. So both of those are doing well so far. But the Patriots, I am seeing a lot of books where they bump up the line just a half a point to 7.5, and money comes flooding in on the Jets at the 7.5, and it brings it right back down to 7. What that tells me is two things. One, there's a lot of sharps on the Jets, and they're snatching up those 7.5s as soon as they can. But secondly, it's telling me that 7 is the right number, because at 7, you're having enough upwards pressure from one side of the sharps to the other to keep it at 7. Because if all the money was just coming in on the Jets, they would have already bumped this down to 6.5 at least for a little bit. That's not the case. So you're getting a lot of money on the Patriots, and this early in the week, it's still all going to be pretty sharp money. It won't be until this afternoon, until Saturday, and especially Sunday morning, that you see the Patriots take on a lot of general public money. And I will be watching, because if we see Sunday morning it's getting like an hour before kickoff and this number still hasn't moved, that's a little concerning. If the money keeps coming in on the Patriots and they do move the number, that means that the book is not taking a side, and it just means the general public money is coming in on the Patriots. And if the Jets were to get up to like 8 points or 9 or 8.5, really, I might look to take a small hedge on that. But again, for right now, we're just leaving at the Patriots -7. And those are really the only two favorites that we have. The other bets for the week, Bengals +7 at the Ravens, still like that one. The Jets at the Patriots, and the Jets-Patriots under 42. And that's, and the Bengals-Ravens under 23.5 for the first half. So those are the picks. I did just give you the crazy exotic play. Again, if your unit size is 100, you can just adjust it to $1. If it's 500, you adjust to $5. Whatever you want to do there, whatever you feel comfortable with. The only play that I still have out that is still pending because the line hasn't opened yet is this Texans-Cardinals game. I still want to get on the first quarter for the Cardinals. The first half right now is Cardinals -10. So I'm thinking that first half is probably going to be like Cardinals -4, 4.5, something like that. And I'm totally fine with that. I would really like to get Cardinals -4. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but I would like to get Cardinals -4. I don't think the Texans are going to score, but just on the off chance they do get a chance to kick a field goal, the 7-3 score is a pretty common one for first quarter, and at least you get the push. So hopefully they will give us the 4. I don't think that they will, but that's the only play that I'm still looking at. That's the only thing that's still kind of pending and waiting for the line to come out. In total, it's going to be 7 plays for the week, so it is one more than I thought we were going to have. But these games there's 2 games here that we're really involved in, which is the Bengals-Ravens side and total, and the Jets-Patriots side and total. And then we only have 3 standalones, one of which has already hit, which again was the Broncos-Browns under 42. That's it, guys. That's it for the week. I hope that some of this was helpful. Again, I will be back Monday. We'll go over the new numbers and the expectations for next week and all the kind of lines and things. Keep an eye on the line movement. Again, can't stress enough. If you have not laid any money down yet, make sure you do not fall into the traps. And I'm almost going to guarantee you that come Monday morning, we're going to be talking about all the dogs that won. Again, thank you again, guys. Good luck. Have a great weekend and a great Sunday.